Welcome back to the Dispute.a podcast. I'm Paul. This is episode 17. Filing a rental case in Dubai costs 3.5% of your annual rent, with a floor of AED 500 and a cap of 20,000 United Arab Emirates dirhams before the administrative add-ons that ride on it, before translation, before your time, before anything is decided. A structured resolution. Attempt costs AED 2,499 plus VAT fixed. Above roughly 71,000 United Arab Emirates dirhams. In annual rent, the attempt is cheaper than the filing fee alone. That arithmetic is the whole episode. Every rental dispute carries two prices, and almost nobody compares them before choosing. The first is the price of attempting resolution. A position read, an evidence check, one structured letter, a response window. The second is the price of a case, the rental dispute. Centre's filing fee, legal translation of every non-Arabic document into Arabic, and weeks of your attention while the process runs. Let's make the first number concrete, because percentages hide things. On an annual rent of 80,000 United Arab Emirates dirhams, the filing fee is 2,800 United Arab Emirates dirhams. On 150,000 United Arab Emirates dirhams, it is 5,250 United Arab Emirates dirhams. On AP 300,000, it is 10,500 United Arab Emirates dirhams. On the villas at the top of the market, it hits the AED 20,000 cap. And that fee buys the start of a process, not an outcome, not a timeline, not a settlement. It is the entry price, and small fixed add-ons ride on top of it. One precision worth carrying: those figures govern contract, cases, eviction, renewal, rent claims. A purely monetary claim, a deposit or a compensation amount, is charged at 3.5% of. The amount claimed instead, floored at the same AED 500 and capped at AED 15,000. Both schedules point the same direction. Small claims are cheap to file, and large tenancies are not. Now, the second number. Dispute.a's structured attempt is AED 2,499 plus VAT, and it does not move. Divide 2,499 by 3.5%, and you get the crossover around AED 71,000 off annual rent. Above that line, which still covers the bulk of Dubai's residential market, the attempt costs less than the fee you would pay just to open the case you were trying to avoid. Above 150,000 United Arab Emirates dirhams of rent, it costs less than half. This is what we mean when we call resolution the only branch where the number goes down. Every other path in a dispute adds cost. This is the one that can subtract it. Run one real tenancy through it, start to finish. Annual rent of AED 120,000. The dispute is a contested increase, plus a withheld deposit. Filing today, 4,200 United Arab Emirates dirhams in fees, translation on top, months of attention, and a tenancy that is probably over whatever the judgment says. The attempt, AED 2,499 plus VAT, a letter citing the calculator result and itemizing the deposit, 10 working days on the clock. If it resolves, and matters like this usually do, you have spent 1,700 United Arab Emirates dirhams, less than the filing fee alone, and kept the tenancy. If it fails, you file anyway, later, holding a better file than you had today. The downside of attempting first is measured in days. The downside of filing first is measured in everything else. Here is the honest inversion, and it matters. Below the crossover, the arithmetic flips, and at this price the band is wide enough to include studios and many one-bedroom tenancies, which is exactly how we would rather have it. If your annual rent is 45,000 United Arab Emirates dirhams, and the disagreement is a AED 3,000 deposit, the RDC's filing floor is AED 500, and at that price, the centre's own settlement stage may be the cheapest professional help in the market. In that case, the attempt is oversized for the problem, and if you bring us that file, that is what the recommendation will say. Episode 28 is devoted to exactly these cases. The arithmetic has to work in both directions or it isn't. Arithmetic, it's marketing. There is also a price that never appears on a fee schedule. A resolved dispute usually preserves a tenancy, a decided one usually ends it. If you intend to renew, if the location, the school, run, the commute, all still work, then the relationship itself has a value, and a judgment rarely improves it. Landlords hearing this, it runs your way too. Reletting costs, vacancy, agency fees. The cheapest tenant is almost always the one you already have. None of this makes filing wrong. The sequence is the sequence. Attempt structured resolution at a fixed fee below the cost of filing. If resolution fails, file properly. If the honest answer is neither, walk away. Filing is the second branch, and episode 27 walks through it step by step, respectfully and in full. The RDC decides. Disputes. Most disagreements don't need deciding. They need resolving. The numbers in this episode are simply why it pays to. Find out which one yours is before you buy the more expensive. Answer. Escalation is a decision, not a default, and decisions deserve numbers. Now you have them. Next episode, the 12-month eviction notice, and the difference between a notice that ends your tenancy and a piece of paper that only looks like it does.